There Will Be Blood was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson and stars Daniel Day-Lewis, Paul Dano, and Kieran Hines randomly. It's the story of Daniel Plainview and his rise to becoming a mogul in the oil business during Southern California's oil boom of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The first time I saw There Will Be Blood, I wasn't really enthralled with anything in the film, at least during my first viewing, except for one thing: Daniel freaking Day-Lewis. I'll just say it, to this day, there is nothing that makes me more excited to watch There Will Be Blood than watching Daniel Day-Lewis's performance on the screen. He is just mesmerizing as this character, Daniel Plainview, and this is about as good as method acting could ever get. I could never imagine this movie ever being made without Daniel Day-Lewis being the main character in the movie, and he gives his all-time greatest performance in my opinion. I loved him as Daniel Plainview. I really wish we got to see more from him playing this character. What really makes There Will Be Blood such a good movie, though, besides Daniel Day-Lewis's performance as Daniel Plainview, is how it shows just how far one will go to get rich. As the film progresses, Daniel is becoming crazy. He's starting to turn violent. He cares more about his wealth than anything else. And this movie takes place when capitalism was starting to become a really big thing in this country, and Daniel Plainview is a true capitalist. He'll do anything he possibly can just to get what he wants and to take over as much land as possible. Whether or not you think what he's doing in the film is a good thing, well, that's up to you. What I love pointing out about There Will Be Blood, though, is how the film is rated R, but it's a mild R rating. There's no language in the film, no drug use, no sexual content. It's only rated R for one thing, and the title There Will Be Blood does coincide with what happens at the end of the movie, and that's it. It's kind of weird. I don't think this movie deserves an R rating, but yeah, it's rated R. But when I discuss There Will Be Blood with my family and friends, there are so many scenes I point out to them that, in my opinion, make this movie so great. Like when Daniel confronts his fake brother in the film, Eli Sunday embarrassing Daniel in front of the whole church to get back at what he did to him earlier in the film. When Daniel's son, HW, comes to visit years later and they share a heartbreaking mutual feeling of hatred towards each other, with Daniel telling HW for the first time that he's an orphan. And another obvious great scene is what is known as the bowling alley scene, or simply I drink your milkshake. Now, there is no denying that There Will Be Blood is a slower paced movie. It's not the most entertaining movie of all time. It's not a film for everyone, but if you can get through that first slow paced hour of the film, the rest of the movie gives us so many great scenes that you just can't help but to adore what's going on in the movie. Johnny Greenwood composed the score for There Will Be Blood. It's a Western sounding score, but at the same time, it sounds like a horror. It's very unique. I love the score in the movie. It's super fast paced, so much fun to listen to. As for cinematography in There Will Be Blood, there is no doubt in my mind that Robert Elswit absolutely deserved to take home that award for Best Cinematography at the 2008 Oscars. The cinematography in this movie is some of my favorite of all time. A lot of people do consider There Will Be Blood to be a masterpiece, and I'm also one of those people. Daniel Day-Lewis as Daniel Plainview gives one of my favorite performances in the history of cinema. Paul Thomas Anderson did such a great job at directing this movie. Once again, though, like I said, this movie is not for everyone. I will admit sometimes the pacing is lacking. Some scenes are relatively slow. It could have been faster paced. It's not a movie I envision myself watching more than once a year. In fact, I've only seen this movie 2 times now, and it was a 3-year gap in between my viewings. So that says a lot. This is definitely not a movie you can watch more than once a year because of how long the movie actually is. But when you watch it, it is so great. Plus, since it is a slower paced film, it does benefit from this time to time because it's able to build up the tension that we'll feel towards the end of the movie. It's kind of like this, guys. You don't just put pasta sauce in a pan and let it cook for a couple of minutes, then eat it. No. You let it cook for a very long time, then you wait, and then you eat it, and you get everything that you've been waiting for such a long time. That is There Will Be Blood. Originally, I was thinking of giving this movie a percentage somewhere in the 90s, but you know what? Screw it. I'm giving There Will Be Blood a 100%. Alright, for those of you who love or hate There Will Be Blood, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it, or if you guys have any other classic movies for me to review on my channel, let me know what those suggestions are. As always, if you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.